that, and if I can engage people, I work at Sears, if I can engage people and make them come back, they're going to come back to us because it's a nice place to be. People make them feel welcome, and that's what you've got to do. The danger, the worst thing you can do in a small group, besides saying, oh my gosh, we're small and let's just, what do you want to do? You know, do you want to have a meeting? I went to one group one time, 12 people in the room, and they said they were going to talk about whether to have a meeting or not. And I'm like, inside. And outside I'm going, nice. How about if we just do table topics? Or does somebody have a speech? Oh, we don't have a speech. No, we don't have that. And so, well, there's no table topic match. I said, well, I bet everybody could come up with one question. And I went, well, yeah, we could do that. So we had table topics and we had a meeting, and they went, oh, that was pretty cool. You know, there's murder sometimes, and it's reasonable. So those are things, and okay, so but the worst thing, besides the bad meeting thing, and like just saying, oh, this is a low group, is to say, crosstalk. We love each other in this club. We all get along so well that we forget we're in a meeting. We think we're in a tea party, and we're not in a tea party. 4 people is still not a tea party when it's Toastmasters, or it's not Toastmasters. You have to have a really good meeting, just follow everything. Now, if you have a fairly dull group and you want to inject a humor, count 3 during the whole meeting. That's it. And if somebody else is doing it, keep your mouth shut. That was enough, no more. A little bit of crosstalk sometimes creates an energy, but not very much. You just can't have too much of it because it will destroy the feeling of a Toastmaster meeting that knows what it's doing. Enough said about that. So try new ideas. Have an agenda. Does everybody here have an agenda in their meetings? Yeah. Yeah. There's a club I know of somewhere they don't want to have agendas because it's too much paper. I said, well, put it all on a flip chart. Yeah. That's a bigger piece of paper. You know, like, well, what are you going to do? Like, you need something to go by. You need that. It's your direction so everybody knows what they're doing. Participate in other things. So you all know this. Participate outside, participate in whatever's in your club. So the clubs that don't have contests and don't have special events or don't mingle with other ones, they really struggle. Manual speeches, what do you do when somebody comes in and says, well, I'll help the club by doing a speech, but no, there's no objectives. What do? Why are you there? To learn. So what did you learn? If you are not learning something, if everybody in your club is not learning something, they're not staying. They're out the door. So we need to keep people informed about what are the potential learnings. Show them the advanced manuals. Say which ones look interesting to you. Ask a question because a question to your brain has to be answered. You cannot not answer a question. You hear it, you've got to answer. So ask a question. How would you do this? What else could we do? So then the door is open, and those open-ended questions get everybody engaged and involved. And here's the other thing that low-member clubs don't do. You see, if you went to the grocery store and you bought all the groceries and you went to the liquor store and you bought some nice things and you planned a couple fancy drinks, you looked up all of the menu items, you wrote down recipes, you planned out the whole party, and you thought, oh, I would do this if so-and-so is here, and I do this, and you decorated your house, and it was all ready, but you didn't send out any invitations. We spend a lot of time on our meetings, but we don't spend a lot of time on promotion, and it's absolutely key. If you don't bring people in, you don't have members. It's really, really simple. So you need those people who are the promoters, and you need to find out who they are, or you need to engage them and show them how. How do you go to a local newspaper and get your ad in? How do you do that? Do you know how to do that? You just walk in and you say, who's the person who would help us do this? Cheerful and stupid. and then they tell you, and then you say, oh, so-and-so, how nice to meet you. This is what we do in Toastmasters, and I'm wondering how you can help us. and they tell you. And then if you're going to do an event, like you're going to have a speech craft, you can say, you know, in February, we're going to have a speech craft, which is a 6 or 8 week public speaking course. Would you help us promote that? And you know what he said when I said that to him? He said, we'll do more than that. 2 pages, all about public speaking. An article this big at the top on one side about our club who was doing a speech craft. Because he had lots and lots of advance notice. And that's where that will help you. You know what's coming up. You can start looking at what you need to do to make that happen. We need to order the debate handbooks. We need to order the contest supplies. Oh, it's a month away. Gosh, I got to get on that. Right? This is also your guide for everything that can happen in your club. So a little planning and some creativity. You run out of ideas. What do? You go on Google and you Google table topic ideas. You will have enough for about 4,000 years. It's amazing. There are so many resources out there. You just have to look for them, and they're really easy to find, aren't they?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You just have to remember to click the buttons.
Just click the buttons. Just click the buttons. That's all you got to do.
Yeah, Google Toastmasters and then anything.
Yeah. So really good clubs plan, or somebody plans, or somebody takes control of that thing. And on your executive, engage people in the executive early. When somebody comes in the door, what are you more interested in? If you ask them, what are you more interested in? Like, would you like to be Sergeant at Arms, or do you like building membership, or do you like education? Get them to help, give them a little job. Would you look after the chart for us? Could you do that? I'll help you to learn how to do that. Would you be the person who signs up the speakers? I'll help you do that. And once they're rolling, then there's another thing in your club that's just happening, and everybody's engaged and involved in the leadership as well. So involving people, planning ahead, and making sure that your meetings are crisp and fun and interesting. Create a zoo. And I know this works. I know this plan works. I don't remember how we did it, except that I know that we planned some of these things, and we were one of the top 10 clubs. No idea.